Hello and welcome to another gardening video. Today we are going to plant our herb garden. Yesterday I built a raised planter that I didn't film because I didn't want to film myself using a chainsaw because I kind of felt like it was asking for me to cut my leg off or something. So I made this double raised planter out of some old pallets from my friend he had in his backyard, and it is going to become, well, it's halfway on the way to becoming our herb garden because it's just next to the kitchen, so it's easy to get to. And on the lower half here we're going to put some herbs in, and on the top is going to be lettuces. So now we have created this plant pot, large plant pot, we need to fill it with some soil. We've got 2 packets of multi-purpose compost to go on the top, and I think herbs like to be in free draining soil, so we've got some sandy soil just in the back that we will put at the bottom so that it's nice and freely draining.
It's the wheat huckleberry. Do you know what film that's from?
No.
Open, huh? Open season.
Open season. Hacking up wheat. I have closed all of the holes around this now with little pieces of wood. There are a few little ones there I need to find something to put over. So I need to go and collect some of our sandy soil to put in the bottom after we put some concrete in. The wheelbarrow's empty. That's good. Gonna need the wheelbarrow. Strawberry. While Gemma is hacking away at the floor, I'm going to go and collect some of this sandy soil down here to put in the bottom of our planter. So this stuff here that I dug out originally for the carrot planter, which moved subsequently over there, is really sandy, so I think this would be good soil to put at the bottom of our herb planter. I apologise if it's really windy in this video because it's quite a windy day today. As you can tell, we've gone from wearing shorts to warm clothing again. It's too good to last. Lots of pieces of scrap wood in this. Gemma's used all of her energy up in the first 4 minutes of gardening today. Where do you want this wood? So this wood can be used for our bug house when we get around to it. So I'm just going to deposit it by the bug house. So while I was getting some sandy soil, Gemma has put some of this bits of concrete from a fence post that we annihilated in the bottom of here. This is just to provide a bit of drainage at the bottom of our bed. A slug has already managed to get in. We don't want them in our herb garden. It's a little woodlouse.
Haha! A big pump up!
Right, so we've now filled the bottom of this with some rubble, some unsightly rubble. This tiny rock stopped me. It's like when you're skateboarding and you hit like the smallest stone. Decided to put the lettuce up on a high planter in the hope that it will take longer for a slug to climb up, and hopefully I'll be able to have some lettuces before the slugs take it all, but time will tell whether that is successful or not. Please work. Nerf gun, or pellet even. Some type of plant. Even spread of sandy. Got a roofing felt in here as well. Sure my lettuces will appreciate. Little millipede. Looks like he might be hibernating. I'll leave him in the corner. Hopefully he'll be safe. There we have it. Ah yes, super exposed. Herb garden, just in case you couldn't guess. Lovely. Gemma's handiwork. Now, just need to get all these guys planted. Right, with the lack of anywhere else to put you, I'm going to stick you on this edge. And now we are going to plant our lettuces.
I'm glad they're in the ground now, because we've been saying for a long while now that these pots just haven't been big enough for them. They've just done so well in the greenhouse. This is where they all die.
Yeah, well hopefully they're doing now. It's nice and warm for them now. The sun comes in. Sun's over that all day, so well, all afternoon. So they'll get a lot of sun there hopefully. Just need to make sure that this bush here doesn't overcrowd them. So, after some deliberation, we have decided that up here we're going to have some oregano, which is this oregano for anyone who is interested. You'll be able to see that because it's super bright. Hold on. This type of oregano for anyone who is interested. Then we're going to have some dill in this corner here, which is dill. Don't know if there are different types. Back here we've got some sage, which is this type for anyone who is interested. Is that gonna focus? That type of sage. We have got some curled parsley just to the front here. Over here we've got some oregano of unknown variety, and here we have got some Tuscan blue rosemary. We also have another rosemary plant down here which we're going to plant into the ground, and in here our mint will eventually be buried just down here, but we'll keep it in here so it doesn't spread everywhere, and then we'll bury it just here in this corner, and the rosemary will hopefully grow into a bush here. This area that Gemma has nicely prepared, it is quite large at the moment for lavender, but I'm sure it will bush out over time, and maybe we can get some other bits and bobs to go there.
Well, I think some of my mum's flowers.
Crikey. How about that for some roots? That's the lavender. Tell you what, there was a plant. What is that? Oh, sorry, that is rosemary. Look at the roots. That's definitely ready to be transferred into its a bigger home. Some parsley. I think there might be multiple parsley plants in here, so I will try and separate them out before I put them into the planter so they don't kind of compete with each other and end up all dying. Usually when you buy a pot like this, there'll be like more than one plant, so you can see in this one here there's kind of one here, and then one at the back here, maybe even two at the back. If you leave those all together, they kind of compete with each other, so you end up with no good plants out of all of them. Looks like a bomb's gone off in here.
Lavender.
Plant some lavender down the side of our herb garden in the hope that it will bring the bees. There goes another pot. It's a very
it's not the best soil.
Aggressive hole digging implement.
Yeah, but you tried to dig through this ground with a shovel.
I have. I got to bury a pot in a minute. You're doing a great job.
Out, okay? This thing really takes it out of it.
It's a heavy thing. Here's your other lavender.
Lavendula.
Lavendula.
Oh god. Don't rip up that lavender.
Oh my god.
Thanks. These are a little bit dry.
They are.
Hopefully they'll be happy in this nice dry soil.
We can water them. I don't know how much water they like, but they're British or English lavender, so I'm sure they're used to the wet. And there's our two lavender plants alongside. Hopefully they'll bush out nicely and cover that area in no time at all. Don't know how fast lavender is at growing, I'll find out. And this is our herb garden. So at the front here we've got some oregano, which we don't know what type, but I'm sure we can find out. It's a bit covered in soil at the moment. Back here we've got some rosemary. We've got 3 parsley plants that came in that one pot, which is why we separated them. Then we've got sage back here. We've got thyme, which we went to the shop for even though we had. And we've got 3 dill plants along here as well. They're looking a little bit sorry for themselves at the moment, but I'm sure they'll recover soon enough. And there's plenty of space in between all of these for them to grow out, and hopefully for us to add our basil and everything else that we've grown that's still just germinating in the greenhouse at the moment. We thought we'd cheat a little bit and get some growing plants so that we could actually fill the planter with something. And then, of course, our lettuce garden up at the top. So now, which I'm dreading, I'm going to try and bury this pot here for the mint when it's ready, just here, and then we'll plant that lavender in that location. So hopefully eventually we have a big lavender plant that grows all the way up here, because that's not lavender, I keep calling it lavender. Big rosemary plant, because I like rosemary. I just like it, the smell, so it'd be nice to have a big rosemary bush next to the side of the planter. Also hide the not so nice side of the planter that we've got. Hopefully you can. But I've just planted this rosemary bush here. Well, about 6 rosemary sprigs in the ground in the hope that they'll turn into a bush. And there's nothing in this this pot here yet. But I've just buried that ready to put our mint in when it is ready to bring outside. It's currently in the greenhouse. And that concludes today's video. I apologise for not recording any of the actual construction of the bed, but honestly it was just rip apart some old pallets, cut them up a bit into kind of that shape, and screw them all together. I didn't really want to film myself using a chainsaw on pallets, so I felt like it was asking for me to end up cutting my leg off or something on film. But hopefully you like it. I'm pretty pleased with it. And hopefully soon enough we'll have a very healthy looking herb garden to eat our herbs out of rather than buying them from the shop. I hope you found this video interesting. Give you an idea of what you could do for your herb garden. It doesn't really need that much space. You could do this pretty much anywhere. It essentially has the footprint of a pallet, so if you can fit a pallet down, you can fit this in your back garden somewhere. As always, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate everybody that's watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Like and follow for more if you want to see more garden stuff.